Hello, you guys. What's going on? It's your boy Summer del Piso once again, otherwise known as Minty Pinto. That's my Twitch handle. If you guys want to follow me at Twitch, you can follow me at Minty Pinto. Don't have many followers, but I do. I do like to talk a lot, and I like to have fun doing whatever I do on Twitch with people. So please tune in if you like to check that out. So I am currently in my kitchen hanging up some clothes, and something was bubbling inside. I had a lot of emotion bubbling inside, thinking about talking to you guys about semen retention, right? Yes, you wouldn't be wrong if you had that thought, but it's much more important than that. I've been practicing semen retention for a very long time. Of course, for years. I've been practicing it since I was in college, and I've been going to college since 2012. So go figure, 11 years ago. Um, and my life is still not where it's supposed to be, which does it pay tribute to how important the practice is? Well, the thing is, I'll be honest. Right now, I feel I'm on semen retention. I've been on it for probably like 2 months. I'm going to be honest. I feel incredibly. This is a very, very different feeling. This practice is definitely not for the faint of heart, not for the unsound of mind either. But you need to go through it. This helps change those things into positives, those aforementioned emotional, mental states, right? So, semen retention, what is it essentially? So, what semen retention is the male practice of retaining your semen, retaining your sperm. How the heck can you do that? Sobre del piso? Can I just ejaculate and then retain it somewhere? And is it the same thing? Well, linguistically, it would technically be the same thing ish, right? Because you are retaining your semen, albeit outside of the body, which is the complete opposite of what this practice is supposed to be about. Semen retention is when you refrain from ejaculation. You refrain from habits that lead to masturbation and ejaculation, and retain that semen in the body and let it rejuvenate you. Rejuvenate your mind, rejuvenate your body, even your the various systems in the body. Reproductive, immune, respiratory, circulatory. I'm just naming systems of the body now, but it's almost like a domino effect, right? A butterfly effect. Domino effect, same thing, right? Except butterfly effect refers to something else, but essentially they're the same thing, right? It will reverberate this practice when done correctly, right? Which involves not thinking of anything lewd, right? Not thinking of women, not thinking of sex, not watching, which is the worst of all. That effect, that rejuvenative effect, will reverberate throughout your entire core. You'll connect with parts of yourself that you thought were lost or didn't even think about, and you will start doing things completely differently. Like I said, I've been doing this practice since college, and I've been off and on, to be honest. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'll be off and on with this too, because life is just about balance. What I'm using it for now is to try to see if it'll actually pave a way to getting what I truly desire, which is going overseas and living my best life alone. Well, not alone, but doing my thing. Doing my thing, basically. I just want to see if it'll give me that strength. To be honest, I have been, like I said, 2 months in this practice, and I've been pondering some crazy things. I am not going to lie. I have felt crazy things. But it is not short of the benefits that, not mainstream media, because they'll never talk about this. They don't want you guys to be in your power, right? But these are, I'll talk about some of the strengths that websites that talk about semen retention sort of tout, right? Or tote. So increased strength, increased stamina. I definitely believe in this. I am an avid gym goer. Of course, I have a job in a restaurant, which which I'm trying to change because I would like that remote job so I can get the heck out of here and go to South America and live my life. But it's something that pays the bills now and gives me my current lifestyle. So me being in this restaurant, I haven't had a lot of time to frequently go to the gym as I'd like to. But I'm not gonna lie. When I go to the gym, I beat my personal records a lot. I could stay in the gym for a really really long time. Cramps are mitigated, and I get stronger. I feel stronger. I feel more focused. So, and I definitely attribute all of this to semen retention. Days that, I wouldn't be on semen retention, I feel very, very lethargic. I would probably find some justification for not even going to the gym, right? And if I do go, like I said, I feel very weak, lethargic, and I try not to do too much because, I'm preoccupied. Remember, semen retention is just as much of a mental thing as it is a physical thing, which are the benefits that I'm going to get to right now. So, mental benefits. People say that you get a clarity of mind. I think so. When I say the semen retention practice has to be done correctly, I'm talking about not thinking about women. You're not preoccupied with like various parts of the woman body that you would otherwise ponder and ruminate about and get lost in reverie and fantasy about. When you don't have those thoughts in your mind, when you are completely focusing on the physical practice, right? Or you're just completely void of thought and doing what you do normally in your day, you will notice your thoughts you're now at peace. Really, you are calm. You're not preoccupied in thought, which leads to nervousness, and you're able to think about things that you don't usually really think about, like personal dreams. You think a lot of things that would otherwise you would think, oh, that's not in reach. I can't do that. You'll start believing in yourself, self-belief, an enhanced self-belief during semen retention is definitely a thing that I'll talk about. There's that. Then there's meditation. You need to meditate because you'll start feeling a lot of pressure, and I'm going to talk to you about that as well. In my practice, I felt a lot of pressure, a lot of mental pressure, and sometimes it's just hard. It's not. I mean, I could walk around, I could live my life normally, but I'll need to be sort of given a task in order to redivert all that buildup of energy. So I appreciate that. I appreciate going to work. 'Cause I work in a restaurant. I'm a server, so running around, remembering orders, remembering drinks, and all that stuff. Semen retention definitely helps with that. But it does suck when there's nothing to do. When there is nothing to do, it's it's when you're not you don't have like a personal project. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to fight off that mental pressure. What I've started to do, of course, I've tried to study a lot of Python because I think learning full stack development is going to help a lot with finding that remote job. Because if I have those kind of skills, they're gonna have to hire me, right? Well, we'll see. I still do believe in clandestine groups governing the world and preventing individuals with a lot of energy from having the life that they would like. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just moving locations now. Right. So, semen retention. There is the mental pressure. Then there is when you can get past that, there's a clarity of mind, right? But that's not something that just happens and it just, it persists. You're gonna need to continuously have an activity that converts this energy into or transmutes it, right? That's a popular word that they use. You're gonna need an activity to transmute that energy, so you're not climbing at the walls. There is the case of also, staring at women a little bit more. I Lord knows I do it. I do it a lot. I really do. But I'm at a point. This little round that I'm in with semen retention this time around is very different. It's much different than a lot of the others that I've been doing. So currently in my journey, because once upon a time I would do semen retention, and I'm fighting against these thoughts of I gotta look at this girl, I gotta talk to this girl, I gotta call this girl over. I was battling with those thoughts consistently. I've gone, and this is like, and I would, have those thoughts in prevalence around like the end of the first month. It was really that bad. Now I've gone over 2 months. I've had desires, but things are just different now. I really can't describe it. I have my energy at work. Conversations are much clearer. I think I feel myself being clear and concise with what I'm saying. Of course, I'm excited about, telling everyone about everything that goes on in my head because I'm a very expressive individual. That's how I am. But I'm much better at now identifying the swine, right? And the people that are worthy of some of the pearls that I have. And I think I could attribute a lot of that discernment to semen retention. So I think that will happen for a lot of people too. But this time around, I feel urges. I don't feel like satisfying them. On the way to Queens today, if you guys are from New York or if you know anything about New York, Queens, I'm gonna be honest, have the best women ever. Like they're just amazing looking women of all types. Where I live in Brooklyn, I want to bring out my GoPro and just do like a little walkthrough of my neighborhood because it is the complete stark opposite. Ain't no talent around here. And when I say talent, you guys know what I mean. Women that look good. There ain't none out here. None. I live in Prospect Heights. It's kind of trash over here. Let's just keep it a bean. It's kind of trash. So, like when I was in Queens earlier today for the interview that I didn't even have, man, the girls there just looked amazing. And of course, sometimes I would look, I just look around. But then this go around of semen retention, I don't have an urge to satisfy that urge as we usually do on this practice. So I think that I'm ascending a little bit more in this practice. Or maybe there is something that I believe, which is, getting that remote job. And I think that it ties to how devout to my practice of semen retention I am in realizing these dreams. And so there is this subconscious barrier towards reaching for that urge, reaching to satisfy that urge, to gratify that urge. So, yes, I would say I at least this refers to me personally. But what else in semen retention? What else is beneficial? I believe that you'll remember. I think learning is a little easier too. I believe that you could hold focus. Depends on how addicted to dopamine you guys are, because it doesn't take a genius to know that dopamine has a lot to do with retention of knowledge, aptitude for learning new concepts, And the more dopamine you have, obviously, the more you could learn all these new concepts. But of course, we're in a society where the slightest presence of dopamine has us wanting to gratify it or utilize it, right? So we watch, we scroll endlessly on Instagram looking for that dopamine hit. It's actually so bad on my case that I'm every day I have one look at Instagram and I get to have two looks on YouTube. I've been doing pretty well on that so far. But I can imagine that it's really bad for a lot of people. It's so bad that it's such an unconscious habit. So I think semen retention helps out definitely with identifying that and maybe taking plans towards getting rid of it, giving you the strength to get rid of that practice, right? So there's that. And then there's a whole plethora of benefits that semen retention is responsible for. If semen retention is practiced very, very well, as in you don't have any sexual thoughts, you're not ruminating on fantasy, you're not going into a reverie of sexual fantasy, and you're not used to doing this practice, you will go through very, very, I'll be honest, you're going to go through very, very dark times. What semen retention tends to do, it brings a lot of things to the surface. This is not just a physical practice. It's a very spiritual and mental practice. And it's going to bring a lot of things to the forefront. It will challenge you. It will create challenges for you. I'm a believer of all of us having the same path in life, right? Albeit our paths are of different lengths. And and some of the distances that we have until another checkpoint on the path vary between all of us. And I think semen retention reveals how to get past certain checkpoints on this path, on our personal paths of destiny. And it's very scary at times because I don't know, at least for me, I wasn't even aware of a lot of these obstacles, a lot of these self-imposed obstacles on my path. Say for instance, when it's busy on the train, once upon a time, especially in New York, I hated when people would just like rub up on me or just bump. I feel like it's a personal attack when people bump into me. But I mean, on semen retention definitely helped me out with just allowing myself to just be in the midst of this crowds and being okay, and not feeling sensitive or defensive. Semen retention definitely helped me out with that. And I just sort of appreciate it now. And I think semen retention will do that to a lot of other individuals as well. Of course, depending on whatever the anxieties or personal issues that you have with specific things are. But I mean, this is a lot. I was a little around all over the place with this video, but and I'm about to hit 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna start wrapping it up. In another video, I want to talk about the spiritual benefits of semen retention. Some of these include feeling a little closer to an idea of the creator, understanding intuitively a lot of cryptic double entendre phrases in religious texts are, and not seeing things, but really feeling something different. So we're gonna continue that in a later video, but thank you for tuning in. Please, my name is Semen Retention, and if you want to follow me on Twitch, it is Minty Pinto. See you guys.